Resistance in Nazi Germany, From Hitler's Germany by Jane Jenkins and Edgar Feuchtwanger. After the war, German historians naturally devoted a lot of attention to resistance and the opposition that existed in Germany against Hitler. Despite many plans and plots, only one serious attempt to overthrow Hitler took place and came close to succeeding: the failed assassination of the 20th of July 1944. The assassination attempt was organized from within the army, the only organization able to mount such a coup by that time. Men like Stauffenberg, Tresckow, Gorleder, and Beck. The plot's leaders were mostly conservative nationalists, the very group of people who had helped Hitler to power in the first place. However, by the time more critical historians of the 1960s had set to work, it was clear that resistance had spread far beyond the ranks of conservative nationalists. The resistance of the churches and left-wing parties, the communists, the social democrats, and other groups opposed to Nazi rule, dictatorship and policies became the subject of research. It was emphasized that many Germans were not in a position to resist openly through fear, intimidation, or loyalty to the Nazis as the legal German government, but had refused to embrace fully the aims of the regime. Even young people, often thought to have been the most likely to have been brainwashed by the Nazis, were shown in many cases to have rejected the indoctrination they had been subjected to. During the war, youth groups like the Swing Youth and the Edelweiss Pirates had defied the regime by listening to Western radio stations like the BBC and dancing to jazz music that the Nazis considered to be degenerate. On the other hand, research into the day-to-day life of Germans under the Third Reich showed that there was overwhelming support for the nationalist aims of the Nazis, particularly when these aims brought success, especially from 1936 through until the defeat at Moscow and Stalingrad in 1941 and 1943 respectively. Hitler was exempt from the criticism that lesser Nazi figures attracted, was seen by the majority as a saviour. When they became aware of the corruption and arrogance of minor Nazi officials, ordinary German people would often say, "If only the Führer knew." Faith in the Führer, rather than the Nazi ideology, was what maintained the loyalty of the man of the woman in the street and made them fight a ferocious war. Belief in Hitler was so strong that when he was clearly leading the nation into an unprecedented catastrophe, many still found it difficult to give up their faith in him. In the jargon of social scientists, Hitler was the integrating factor in Nazi Germany. Key words for this text: a coup is a putsch or a plan to seize power by force. Conservative nationalists, the traditional German elite who had ruled under the Kaiser. Indoctrination is brainwashing. Subjected is being made to do something. Degenerate is bad and wrong. The Third Reich is the name given to Hitler and Germany during his rule. Exempt means to be not part of, and unprecedented means never to have happened before.